YouTube, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are hopping into a new story. Yo, M Cave, deposit your soul coins, and let's get started into today's short read. All right, guys, we are back. Now, guys, we are starting a new story. Yo, Lee's been rolling out with these stories, and yo, come on, y'all. Let's try and go on ahead and hop on his page and help him out. Hey, yo, comment on his page, short film this. Hey, yo, go on there and say short film this. You feel me? But at the end of the day, let's hop into what we are going to be reading today. All right. As you guys can see right here, this is the first chapter. Now, most of the chapters will already be up there, but if you would like to hear it from your boy truly, you know what I mean, go on ahead and come to my channel, you feel what I'm saying? But if you want to, they are right here too, if you want to read them on your own. But we are going to be hopping into M Cave, 4 chapters, 4 being the finale, and I can't wait to get there and see what it is. Let's hop right into it. Vegas, baby! Woohoo! Josh yelled.
Keep it down. People are staring,
Eddie said. He was right. Other people getting off the plane had turned to see who was shouting, and so did half of the airport. Eddie was surprised that Josh had that much energy since they had boarded the flight at 6 in the morning and had been on the plane for 11 hours. It should be 5 in the afternoon, but the time difference, it was 9 in the morning in Vegas. They walked out of the door into the main terminal at Harry Reid International Airport. They waited at the carousel for their luggage as Josh took out his phone and started to vlog. All right, everyone, how are you doing? This is Eddie and Josh, and we are back on another adventure. This time, we have traveled across the pond to Vegas. Woo! Again, people turned their heads, and a few muttered underneath their breath. Typical tourists.
and in typical British fashion, my brother has to let everyone know we are not locals by screaming,
Eddie said. We are waiting for our suitcases, and then we will get our Las Vegas trip going. Josh slapped his hand against the camera on his phone before turning it off. A YouTube vlog, classic move. It wasn't long before the suitcases came and they went through check-in. They stood in a long queue. Do you have everything ready? Josh said.
All here.
Eddie said, patting his pocket.
Great intro for the video, by the way.
Thanks. It had to be high energy for a video like this one.
How did you find this cave?
I heard about it a few years ago. Sounds right up our street. The line moved a few inches every few minutes with a few annoying comments from the people behind Eddie and Josh.
So do you think this one is real?
Eddie said. Not sure. There are no photos of the cave, only a description and a possible location, Josh said.
Where is it meant to be?
Somewhere near the Nelly Air Force Base.
That is not helpful at all.
It wouldn't be much of an exploring video if we knew where the cave was, would it? That's half of the fun. In no time, they had been through the check-in and they were in the back of a taxi. Eddie and Josh were somewhat successful on YouTube with 750,000 subscribers. They released a new video every week or two. In the videos, they always explored rundown, abandoned places or potentially haunted buildings. Only recently, they decided to investigate mysteries. They had been to Loch Ness and tried to get into the Enfield house, but the latter was unsuccessful, so they had to stick to talking to neighbors. This would be the first time they left the UK to actually explore. They arrived at their hotel. They were staying at the Vidara Hotel. It was classy, but affordable. They weren't on Mandalay Bay money yet. They walked into the lobby and were taken aback at how big the place was. If this is classed as medium, I would love to see the high class, Josh said.
The mind wanders,
Eddie said. They checked in at the desk and got their room cards. They went up in the lift to their rooms and were greeted by a room with 2 double beds and a view of the strip from a slight distance. It was morning, but it was still beautiful to look at. Hey, He wondered what it would look like at night.
I'm starving. Let's go down and grab something to eat,
Eddie said. Wait, let's do a quick intro for the video, Josh said.
About the mystery of the cave or the trip?
The cave, of course. Josh looked through his suitcase and grabbed a Canon camera out from beneath his clothes. He put it up on the drawer at the foot of one of the beds and clicked record before sitting next to Eddie on the foot of the bed. So what is the M Cave? Josh said.
The M Cave has been the center of the disappearance of Kenny Veach, who went missing in 2014 while looking for this mysterious cave,
Eddie said. Now Kenny was an experienced hiker and spelunker from Nevada who went by the YouTube name Snake Bit McGee. In late 2014, he left a comment on a YouTube video talking about a cave he had found when hiking near the Nellie's air base. He mentions how the cave entrance was shaped like a perfect capital M, and that his whole body started to vibrate, and it got more intense the closer he got, Josh said. He said it was the strangest experience of his life. After that, he was flooded with comments urging him to try and visit the cave and record it, which he did, this time armed with a handgun. Unfortunately, he was unable to find this cave during his hike, which left viewers unhappy and feeling cheated, and they encouraged Kenny to not give up and to keep looking, and he decided to look for the third time. But there was one comment which stands out the most, and it gives this case even more mystery. The comment said, "No, do not go back there. If you find that cave entrance, don't go in. You won't get out." A very foretelling comment. On the 10th of November 2014, Kenny set off for his third attempt to find the so-called cave, which turned out to be the last time anyone would hear from him. Kenny Veach has been missing ever since, and nobody was ever found, and the cave remains missing as well. There were some theories behind his disappearance. They say he either fell down a mine shaft, he found a secret entrance to Area 51, he discovered a secret military weapon, or was the cave connected to aliens? Who knows, but we will try to find out. Josh jumped up and turned the camera off before picking it up and putting it on charge by the bed, and did the same with the rest of the equipment from his suitcase. Right, now it's food time, Josh said. The brothers arrived at the cafe inside the hotel, ordered a stack of pancakes with bacon each. As they waited, they went through the check lost for the upcoming video.
So we have the cameras charging. Do you have the mic?
Eddie said. Yup, fully charged and ready to go. Hiking clothes and flashlights? Josh said.
All packed and ready. Have you found a place to hire a car from?
Not yet, but we have time.
Don't you think you should start looking for companies to get a car?
Relax. We have time to look.
If you say so.
The food came and both men started to eat. Josh was eating normally, but Eddie was just pushing his food around, occasionally taking a bite. What's wrong? Josh asked with a mouthful of pancake.
Nothing,
Eddie said. Come on, what's up?
I just don't have a good feeling about this video.
Why not?
We've never investigated where someone has gone missing and is presumed dead before. I'm just nervous.
There's nothing to be nervous about. It's just a cave. Besides, we might not find it and we will only have hiking footage.
Yeah, that would be an exciting video.
That's why we need to get B-roll. So after 2 hours of looking for his police, I say me and you hit the strip and enjoy ourselves. No one is going to eat us alive anytime soon. What do you say?
Yeah, why not?
That's my brother. Now eat. We will need our strength. Josh and Eddie continued eating and making jokes about the trip. Josh found a car hire service immediately and hired a Toyota Camry for the week. The company dropped it off at the hotel an hour later. Josh and Eddie dressed in their hiking clothes and left the hotel. They loaded the bags of gear into the boot. A quick entry of the zip code for Nellie Air Base. They were off. It was a warm afternoon and the two were lucky that they packed shorts and small shirts for the desert hike. Josh parked not far from the base to not draw attention. The two of them got out of the car and started the vlog. All right, guys, here we are in the Nevada desert. Down there is the airbase, so we will begin. Let's go, Josh said. Eddie strapped a GoPro to his forehead and followed Josh into the sand. It was now midday, and it was extremely hot. The wind was hot and made it difficult to breathe. The area around the airbase was barren apart from some rocks. They walked for 30 minutes, but never discovered anything that looked like a cave. Never mind an M-shaped one. They stopped on a nearby rock and drank some water.
Do you have any idea where we are?
Eddie asked. According to my phone, we are not far from the base. Come on, Josh said. Without complaint, they set off again, walking through the hot environment. They found a few caves, but no deep ones. Eddie did come across a cave that he thought looked like an M, but it was wishful thinking. Plus, when he went inside, it was only 2 feet deep and full of scorpions, which caused both of them to sprint away. After almost 2 hours of looking through caves and dodging the wildlife, they still had not found what they were looking for. Josh sat down on a rock and Eddie sat next to him. No luck, unfortunately, guys. I think we need to head off back to the hotel and catch up again tomorrow. Peace, Josh said before shutting the camera off.
Not a single letter-shaped cave. Not even O.
Eddie said while taking the camera off his head. We will get lucky tomorrow. I tracked the land we've searched, so we can start with the places we haven't been to.
I hope we don't have many days like this.
Eddie stood up to take a drink of water, but as he was gulping the liquid down, something caught his eye. From a crack in the cliff, he could have sworn there was an eye watching him. When he turned to look at it, the eye had disappeared. Eddie quickly ran over to the crack and tried to see, but it was pitch black. What are you doing? Josh said.
I saw something. Quick, give me a torch,
Eddie said. Josh handed him a torch from his pocket, and Eddie shined it into the crack. He could make out low-hanging rocks and maybe what looked like some bugs on the wall, but nothing that would resemble an eye. Well, Josh said.
I can't see anything. I saw something,
Eddie said. He backed away from the rock and handed the torch back. This heat must be getting to you. Come on, let's get back to the hotel and shower, Josh said. They had started walking back when an angry voice shouted out to them.
Hey, you two, freeze!
The voice shouted. A man who must have been in his 30s appeared in a full army outfit.
What are you two doing here?
He said.
We were just hiking,
Eddie said. No harm in that, is there? Josh said.
This piece of land belongs to the airbase. You are trespassing. I'm sorry. We didn't know,
Eddie said.
Tourists,
he said. Did the accents give it away? Josh said.
Listen, you aren't in trouble this time. But remember that the fence around the base doesn't mean the rest of the land isn't ours. Now on your way, boys.
The soldiers started walking away as Josh and Eddie started walking to their car. Following a GPS, it took them less than an hour to make a straight line back to the car. Exhausted, they got back in the car and drove back to the hotel. After both of them rehydrated and had showered, they went to the hotel bar.
I can't believe today was a bust,
Eddie said. Come on, we're here for a week. We have plenty of time to find a cave, Josh said.
Yeah, I guess.
Eddie knocked back his drink and ordered another. That's it. Focus on tonight and have a great time. Let's leave the MK for the future for us to worry about, Josh said. As their drinks arrived, an old man walked over to them. He must have been in his 60s with a high forehead and gray hair with wrinkled tan skin.
Did I hear you talking about the M cave?
He said. Yeah, we are trying to find it, Josh said.
No luck today,
Eddie said. But we have all week to find it, Josh said.
How much do you boys know?
He asked.
Just the basic Kenny Veach story and some conspiracy theories,
Eddie said.
Don't listen to meth heads on the internet. What you boys need is an expert. I served at that airbase for over 40 years. It's me you should be listening to. I'm Lieutenant Vega.
He said.
I'm Eddie. This is my brother Josh.
We are creating a video about the cave. Do you know where it is?
I've been inside it. I can't tell you much about it. Top secret and all. But what I can say is that cave is not normal. When I first assigned to the base, they made all the new guys go trek up to the place. The atmosphere is unlike anything you will feel. It's like your organs are being whipped around your body. The deeper you get, the worse it gets. Then you start to feel like you're being watched. As if there are 100 eyes on you.
Vega said. Wow, Josh said.
Do you know where it is?
Eddie said.
Hand me your phone.
Vega said. Josh handed him his, and Vega immediately opened the maps up and found the base. He flicked upwards and to the right before settling on a place in between two cliffs.
That should be the location, unless they moved it.
Vega said. Yes, thank you so much, Josh said.
Really? Let us buy you a drink to say thanks.
Eddie said.
Don't mind if you do. But boys, I must say this. If you find this cave, do not go in. There's a reason why Mr. Veach has never been heard from again.
To be continued. Guys. Yo, this cave, and if it's I feel like this gotta be a true story. Or at least it feels like one. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm not saying you copying like a story or anything. But like, the way you setting this up, it sound like this happened, bro. It sound like this happened. You feel what I'm saying? Bro, this is fire, bro. This is fire. This is M Cave Chapter 1. Yo, I'm excited to see just what's going to happen. I can't lie. I'm excited to see just what's going to happen with Josh and Eddie. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, you already know what to do. Don't be afraid to hover and haunt that like button. Subscribe today to become part of the Soul Gang, Team Nephilim. Let's get it. Tap that notification bell to know each and every time that I'm uploading these videos. And guys, remember, to be good at the game, you gotta kill with skill. And until our next nightmare, guys, go on ahead and follow Mr. TheUnRule Lee. And until our next story, guys. Peace, man. Love you guys. Go follow that man. Go follow him.